Real quick, I want to apologize for sounding like I'm 2 years old in the last video. I don't normally talk like that, but I have a habit to do that whenever I know I'm being watched or recorded. So I was minding my own business. I was looking for something to do, and then in the recommended channels for someone, I saw Fox Goodman, and I went, hey, isn't that guy that DaftPina called out? Yes it is. Now some of you might be going, wait, who's DaftPina? Well, DaftPina's cool dude who basically critiques animation storytellers and other stuff. And he started gaining momentum after he made the Spetchy review, because at the time there was a lot of hate going around because of her depression video. So he got a lot of views, and now he's pretty, I mean, decently well known. So 2 weeks ago, he called out Fox Goodman, well, I didn't realize it was that long, for being a tracer. He traces the odd ones out, amongst other things, accusing him of also co-owning the channel, what was it, like Matt Spicer, and a couple other things, you know, like not crediting, claiming the artwork as his own and stuff. And so I was looking at his channel, like, wonder how he's doing. And then I find the Odd Ones Out tracer, Fox Goodman Exposed.
Sorry for taking such a long time making this response video, but this is 19 minutes explaining a lot. Hopefully after watching this video, you could see that there are two sides to every story. Thank you so much for the real Fox Goodman fans who had my back during this controversy. Type, "We got your back, Fox," so I know you read the description box. TYSMMMM for the support. Love you.
What support? So anyway, I watched through this video already, and it's atrocious. It's probably the worst response video I've ever seen, like worse than Leafy's response to the iDubbbz thing.
So we're gonna sit here and do an epic reaction. Again, this is like unscripted and stuff, so I'm gonna try to point out everything that I can. So, let's get right into it.
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops. Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops. Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops. Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
Fox and Matt are the same person. Matt Spicer is the original voice, while Fox Goodman is the pitch-shifted and auto-corrected voice. It's the most generic James clone out there. There is a difference between shutting down an argument and being a bitch.
Okay, so it looks like he's dedicating this section to pointing out things that other people have pointed out that maybe he's trying to suggest are incriminating or something. And then for no reason, he also shows how many subscribers that person has, as if it changes anything. As if like Luke or something saying Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same exact person. That's valid of him to think, and showing how many subscribers he has. What does that do? That doesn't make your case at all or anything. It's as if you're saying that these people shouldn't be putting out their opinion just because they have this amount of subscribers. I think what he's trying to say here is that this popular YouTuber doesn't like DaftPina's content. Oh no. Okay, shut up. It's one thing to copy but it's another thing to trace. You can't just take something from someone popular, also showing the subscriber count again, and be like, oh yeah, see, this applies to me, so you can't get on me, okay? Copying is one thing. You can be heavily inspired, that's fine, but if you're straight up tracing, that's a no-no, son. And you can trace for practice and whatever, but don't trace in videos and then claim it as your own. Are you...
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
This looks like a cheap movie trailer that some 7th grader made in iMovie.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back. As you can see, I look a little different right now, but I'll get more into that later in the video. So make sure you stick around for that, because right now, this is going to be a one-time thing where I respond to the haters or any negativity thrown my way.
It's one thing if people just go into your comment section and say,
KYS. I don't like you.
Grrr! But I see a lot of people in the comment section and other people on Twitter and stuff giving reasons and explanations and good proof, solid proof to why you might be Matt Spicer or how you trace or something like that. That's not hating. It's pointing something out that you need to fix if you want to start a career on YouTube, because you're not going to want to be known as the guy who traces the odd ones out. It's not. A lot of people with big egos do this. They call anyone who calls them out on anything a hater. And it's really odd that Fox Goodman seems to have this massive ego, considering he only has 8,000 subscribers. Now, I mean, that's not much skimming for me, the person with 250 subscribers. But he has a massive ego for just like 8,000 subscribers. The people are only watching this video to see his god-awful shitty response video. And so he seems to have this mentality, like he's Rice Gum essentially, but slightly better.
So listen up. The main reason why I am making this video is for the true Fox Goodman fans out there.
All 400 of them?
Lately, there has been so many lies and twisted facts about me that it's gotten to the point where I have to take a stand and defend myself. Lies and twisted facts are very powerful.
Just say you twisted the truth to make people think that you didn't trace your videos. So sad, Alexa, play Despacito.
And I'm going to show everyone that there are two sides to every story. So any hate speech or negative comments that are not civil will be deleted, and you will be banned. Zero tolerance, no questions asked, alright?
Well, who knows what he considers not civil? As you can see from DaftPina's video, he simply asked a question and it was immediately removed. And then when he directly went to Fox Goodman, he didn't get a response, just...
I came to Discord to have fun. Bye.
And so who knows what falls under his category of negative comments or stigma. I mean, I guess not much, since we have all of these in the description.
This channel is about positivity, where I make people laugh.
You're not funny, though. The only people you're catering to are maybe, like, some 8-year-olds.
And put a smile on everyone's face. And that's what this channel is all about. So I have to clear some stuff up. Some very misleading stuff by some very malicious people who make very misleading videos intentionally.
Very nice. It's a very malicious people, very, very many people, very haters, very much bad.
Who supposedly do lots of research on me before dropping a big expose video.
Okay, so let's take a look at these screenshots he's showing on the screen. This seems harmless. That's how he goes about every video. He puts jokes in all of his videos. He has to get all the facts in all of his videos about the person and their background and what they're like and stuff. I don't know why you're pointing out this stuff specifically. Is it because he said it'll be a fun review? OMG, he's bullying me! Ah! Okay, are you trying to say that DaftPina is malicious because he said he'll use something against me? yes, if you lie, he should use it against him in your video that looks bad on your character, and you really shouldn't. CypherDen thought he was a stalker? Okay, so why do you have to show CypherDen and how many subscribers he has? How is this relevant at all? And yes, you do act egotistical at such a small sub count. What are you about, boy? So I guess in this situation, he's vouching for people who are like,
"Oh, well, let's not start drama, ooh-ah."
You need to shut, okay? This is what DaftPina decides to do, and for the most part, it probably won't start drama. DaftPina is usually calm about these things, so it depends on how the other person responds. No one knew he was going to respond with a bullshit video or something. For all we know, he could have been like, yeah, sorry, I'll get off of YouTube, LOL, or yeah, sorry, I'll change my content, XD. It only starts drama if the other person decides to start drama. If you were the one instigating it, but you were relatively calm and the other person goes back like, "Arr!" at you, then that's not really starting drama. These people who, whenever any sort of argument or anything comes up and they worry about starting drama, they're kind of.
And I also want to talk about some very important topics that you may want to know about me. So I'm going to talk about some things that people are dying to know. Something so big that everyone is on the edge of their seat. And it starts with the $1 million question. If you don't know what the $1 million question is, let me tell you. Fox Goodman, do you trace? Yes.
Oh.
Obviously, just take a look at my videos. If you just look at any one of my videos, it's pretty obvious that I'm a big The Odd Ones Out fan.
Okay, what? Usually when people are accused of tracing, you don't...
fan. And where I get my material from, it's not a secret. I'm not hiding anything because everything is pretty obvious and upfront. I mean, I will say it again, just take a look at any one of my videos and you will see that I'm a clone.
What the kind of excuse is that? You can't just, you're asked with the question, you do nothing to do anything or fix anything. You say, yeah, I trace.
It's pretty obvious, so who cares?
What the? No one does that. You can't just excuse it because it's pretty obvious. Of course it's pretty obvious. It's the fact that you don't say anything about it and it looks like you're saying that it's your own work and your own artwork and saying, oh, I make people laugh with my, heck yeah, with my content, my original content. And it's what the, so
Could I make my own videos with my own art style? Well, yeah.
Okay, but why? Why don't you then? Are you retarded? Why? I'm gonna play the video.
That's why I look different right now. But I am a clone channel, and I want to make videos like The Odd Ones Out. So I'm pretty sure anyone who watches my videos can obviously see that I'm a clone.
So you're saying that... Hold on. So you're saying that the reason that you can't make original content is because you're a clone? Shouldn't you be considered a clone because you don't make original content? So you're saying that you want to be a clone, and so because of that, you don't want to make it... What is the logic? I don't understand.
Do you guys know what a clone is? Because apparently some people don't. So let's see what Life Noggin has to say about all this clone stuff. I mean, I'm not 100% identical. Just take a look.
Wow, yeah, you're not 100% identical. You made the head into a circle instead of an oval. Wow!
But I still am a clone channel though, and that is why I trace.
Okay, what? You should be considered... You are considered a clone because you trace. You shouldn't trace because you are a clone. What kind of logic is that? You're sitting here happy to be a clone, and because of that you think you're inclined to trace the odd ones out? You can make your own videos. They can be basically the same subject. They can be basically as cookie cutter. But no one would care if you just didn't trace. You don't have to trace to tell the same stories and have the same editing style or whatever. Just don't trace. That's the only thing people really care about, aside from the Matt Spicer thing, but even that isn't really a big deal. What kind of logic is that?
Because I'm a clone. And I know what some of you guys may be thinking right now. The Odd Ones Out doesn't like clones. You're such a copycat. Be more original. Or my personal favorite,
the most generic James clone out there.
And that's where you're wrong. Very, very wrong.
Suck.
I'm such a big fan of The Odd Ones Out, and he's the reason why I became a clone channel to begin with, because he's totally okay with it. I mean, how cool would it be to have a second generation The Odd Ones Out?
No, we don't want a second generation The Odd Ones Out. We want a person who will become better than The Odd Ones Out to lead our second generation, not one who is exactly the same, even though he's much worse generally. We don't want someone who's exactly the same to lead our next generation of animation storytellers or whatever. We want someone better who's better than James, someone whose videos are all animated, everything is colored, you know, everything is nice and detailed, not just the same exact person who we have. Not to mention that you wouldn't be the ideal second generation The Odd Ones Out we want, since your videos are noticeably lower quality despite the obvious push to try and copy The Odd Ones Out.
I'm telling you guys the truth. I remember James saying himself that he likes clone channels. But if you think I'm making this stuff up, just take a look for yourself.
I don't really mind people who are quote-unquote clones of me. In fact, I'm probably for it. I like people who put effort into their videos, you know, and I enjoy a lot of them. I like clone channels so much that I put them in the background of my videos. So I don't see why people are attacking them just because they're quote-unquote copying me. I'm pro-clone. I think if 50 people were clone channels of me, that would be good, because then that would mean they're starting to put effort into their videos.
Okay, notice how he keeps saying quote-unquote clone channels. I'm pretty sure he's referring to basically anyone who started out in the animation storytelling community and were accused of being clone channels, but then they made it into their own thing, like freaking back in the day when it was still kind of a new thing, you know. Domix was considered a clone of Swoozy, and then Jaden Animations was considered a clone of Domix. Then James was considered a clone of Jaden, and then the cycle kept on going on and on. He's talking about those people who people accuse of being clones just because they make the same style of content, not people who trace. That's a whole different issue. If you want to edit the same style as James, if you want to tell the same stories, okay. But tracing is the thing that people are not okay with. Everything else, who gives a but just don't trace. He's not talking about you. He's talking about people like Let Me Explain Studios, who was accused of being a clone a while back, but now she's made into her own thing, and she's proven that she makes good quality content. People like her. I like her. She's cool. And so are the other people who are now becoming a thing, like what's his name, like Infamous Swoosh. Those are the people who he's talking about, seeing quote-unquote clones, not quite literally clones, who trace everything and try to tell the exact same stories, but more boring. And he's talking about how that means people are starting to put effort into your videos. By tracing everything, that's not effort. James is referring to people who put time and effort into trying to, like, you know, they're copying his format, you know, making sure, because they want views, they want to get recognition and stuff, but they still make art their own, and they put their own spin on the editing and whatever. That's putting effort into their videos. If you trace everything, then that's not putting effort into your videos.
See, I told you I was telling the truth, and now you know why I trace.
Okay, that's not why you trace. That's kind of like more along the lines of why you think you have an excuse to trace. You think because The Odd Ones Out said it's okay, that it's okay that the Odd Ones Out said it's okay to something that's different altogether, you think that means it gives you an excuse to trace? Now it would be, except the Odd Ones Out doesn't own the concept of tracing. If you are copying something like totally original that the Odd Ones Out, that James came up with, and then a bunch of people got mad because you did it too, and he said that's fine, okay. But tracing his artwork is not something that he has claimed, that it's not something that he owns himself, and other people have a right to be upset about it. Because it cannot just happen to James, it can happen to anyone. And if we have people like you who come up and think that just that because James said this thing, it only his opinion matters, so I can trace him, we're going to get other people. Someone who can start copying Jaded Animations, someone who can start copying Let Me Explain Studios, someone who can start copying The Amazing, all because you think that you have a right to trace because James said so.
Which leads me to my next point. I have my opinion on this. You guys watching this video have your opinion on this, but we're forgetting about the most important person's opinion about this whole entire thing, and that's the Odd Ones Out himself. So I really think we should tweet at the Odd Ones Out and show him this video and hear what he thinks about all of this.
Okay, I understand you are heavily inspired by the Odd Ones Out, and yes, this is centered around him because he is the person you are tracing, but he is not the one you're having the problem with. The reason you made this video was because DaftPina made his video, and you claim that he is in the wrong. You guys should talk. You shouldn't talk with the Odd Ones Out. You shouldn't have him make an epic reaction video to you tracing or whatever, okay? Well, this does involve him. He is not the god in this situation. You can't just claim that James is okay with something, so everything is fine, okay? And you seem so cocky and stuff right now, because as far as everyone knows, James doesn't like to get involved in that much drama. Like, I mean, I don't really use any social media or anything, but when the Rice Gum stuff was happening, I mean, it kind of just got glossed over. Other people complained about it. He seemed pretty whatever. He kind of ignored it. But you seem so smug right now because of that. James most likely won't get involved, and so you're using him as a determining factor just because he happens to be the one that you are copying.
I like being a clone channel, and James said he likes clone channels too. But if I'm doing a few things that's bothering the Odd Ones Out, I'm very flexible. So James, if you're watching this video, I want to work with you, not against you with this whole controversy thing. So if you want, you can send me a DM on Twitter, and we can have a civil and peaceful conversation and put this drama to rest.
And he's so cocky about this. Like, what if James, saw this and he was like, lol, delete your channel. And then he's, dreams crushed. Like, that'd be kind of funny, to be honest. You talking with the Odd Ones Out will not stop the drama. Maybe if you talk to DaftPina, or if you and the Odd Ones Out talked to DaftPina, then maybe it fix the drama. But talking to the Odd Ones Out, who technically isn't even directly involved in this situation, as far as we know, he is the one that he's traced, but he hasn't said anything about it, or he's been pretty silent for all I know. Again, I don't use social media, but you need to talk with Daft.
So to everyone who thinks I'm this malicious art thief, would I really be taking it this far? So for this part, this is the only thing I do feel ashamed of out of this entire video, which is me not realizing how important it is to credit all of my sources on how I make my videos. And I actually do want to apologize for that, because I honestly just forgot. I'm not perfect or anything, and everyone makes mistakes, and no one tells you how to make YouTube videos.
Are you right? Everyone knows. It's common sense, essentially. You can go in the description of maybe any videos. Not everyone credits things, but it depends what situation it is. Like, let's say someone who's like a commentary YouTuber. Let's take like a Pyrocynical. Like, he doesn't credit all of the videos he uses but he tells you the title of them, he tells you who makes it, and any of the clips he uses for
Funny comedic
effect in between, you could probably find just by a quick Google search or something like that. You are tracing, my dude, and it's not the credit that people really care that much about. Of course, that would help you out, but it's tracing in general. That's pretty much a no-no. I bet he traced this book that's shown on the screen right now at this moment. It's pretty common sense to freaking credit people. You are a grown-ass man, as far as I know. I here am a fetus who just sits on my butt all day making bad videos, yet even I credited all of the people's videos I used in the background in my like 11-minute video, okay? But you couldn't remember to credit people for all of your 7 videos at 8 million subscribers? Okay, man.
And gives you a list of things that you have to do when you post a video on YouTube. I thought me being a clone channel was pretty obvious that I clone other things too. Everyone has to start somewhere on YouTube.
Yes, everyone has to start somewhere on YouTube. You can copy if you want. You can be heavily inspired, but you don't have to hecking trace, okay? Copy his format if you want, because that gets views. It works, fam. But you...
And everyone knows that as a content creator, your content is slowly going to change in the future.
Yes, it'll change for the better, but if you keep getting used to tracing, then that's not going to improve on your own unless one day you go, you know what, I'm gonna stop tracing. But because you're hiding behind the excuse that James is okay with it, and because you are a clone channel, so it's what you're obligated to do, you're not gonna ever stop tracing. You're going to never improve at art. I strongly doubt if you can even actually draw. Since you're doing all of this work to copy the odd ones out, and maybe like, he's drawing in his own style now for this video, but he just elongated the head and made himself fat, okay? Like, he probably can't even draw. You can tell stories without having to be a storytime YouTuber. Tons of people do it, okay? It might be a more exciting format, but you can still tell stories as long as they're not total bullshit.
So once again, I really do want to apologize about forgetting to cite my sources because I'm not perfect or anything. And I honestly just forgot. Everyone makes mistakes.
7 videos. You forgot for 7 videos.
And in this case, I forgot to cite my sources on where I get my material from. I mean, let's be real here. How many of you just watch a YouTube video for entertainment and just want a good laugh? Because I know I do, and a whole lot of other people do too.
All of the examples that you're showing are examples of people using obvious things that are from real life in their videos. Those Pokemon cards, they didn't trace over them and say that they drew them themselves. They didn't trace over them and tried to pass it as their own work. They just put it in the image, and it was pretty obvious, separated from all the cartoon stuff, that they didn't do it because it's just taken from a photograph. Even some cartoons do this. The Amazing World of Gumball matches a bunch of different styles and real life elements and all of that cool stuff into their cartoon. They don't trace over it and say, oh yeah, we made this originally, like you're doing, okay? That's not a valid argument at all.
And that's how I learned that everyone is different, and some people just want to watch a YouTube video for entertainment, and other people want to know where the sources are. But that's why I want to apologize for that, because everyone is not the same, and some people like to see the sources for everything.
Okay, but you can watch a YouTube video for entertainment and want to know what the sources are. You shouldn't separate it into this 2 category when people are the true Fox Goodman fans who just want to watch your videos and have a good time. And then the other half of these are angry, malicious people who are so weird and, oh, they want to know my sources? What the frick? That's so weird. Ah!
But don't worry about it. Fox got you covered. I'm going to put tons of sources for anything I use in my videos in the description box below.
I bet he's gonna forget in like the next 2 videos.
In all of my videos from now on. So if you're the person who likes to watch YouTube videos that has sources, check the description box because it's going to be there from now on. But if people don't want to read the description box now, well, that's a different story. So since I am going to credit all of my sources that I do trace, does this still make me a malicious art thief now?
It doesn't necessarily make you a malicious art thief now, But that doesn't erase the fact that you did try to copy art, and the only reason that you're doing this now is because you were called out.
We're going to talk about the 3 best ways to spot a tracer. If you trace the whole couch, then it ends up looking terrible and traced.
I never knew using Google Images was such a bad thing. I mean, I use Google for everything. Who doesn't use Google, right? Everyone uses Google.
Okay, everyone uses Google, but they usually use it for looking up stuff and maybe putting in pictures without claiming it as their own into their videos. Okay, it's one thing, like, when people take Google Images, usually it's for a comedic effect or something, and it's pretty obvious they didn't draw it themselves, but since you're inserting it into a cartoon world, it easily looks like you're trying to pass it for your own artwork.
But I noticed that I got a lot of hateful comments on Twitter for me using images or clip art from Google. And when I see some of my favorite YouTubers using Google Images in their videos, then I want to do it too. Take a look at Young Don the Sauce God, Jaden Animations.
Again, all of the examples provided are most likely for comic relief and are obvious that it's not traced. These are real-life pictures that are inserted into cartoons that are obviously not drawn by the person. You are inserting cartoon pictures into a cartoon world to create the illusion that you have drawn them. You know what the f you're doing. Stop lying.
The Game Theorist, and PewDiePie.
What does the Game Theorist and PewDiePie have to do with anything? The first two things that you mentioned, those could be valid. Those could, with the largest quotation marks you can have. Well, what does the Game Theorist and PewDiePie have to do with? Literally nothing the Game Theorist puts into their videos are owned by themselves, except for a picture of MatPat that they like to wave around and put various funny clip arts over. PewDiePie, neither of them are artists, okay? PewDiePie has this picture of Amazon Alexa because Despacito play Despacito play. I said that unironically. But those two options have nothing to do with anything. Why are you showing them? Are you just showing them because game theory is popular and PewDiePie is the biggest YouTuber, so that means it's okay? Ooh. That's the same thing that RiceGum resorts to. He mentions popular people whenever he does, like how he was showing subscriber counts on the screens. Now he's comparing it to the game theory and PewDiePie, which have nothing to do with literally anything.
And that's just a small handful. And if my favorite YouTubers are using Google Images and a whole lot of other YouTubers get to use Google Images in their videos, then why can't I? What makes me so different?
Because you're tracing the pictures to create the illusion that you have made them yourselves rather than just straight up using them.
I don't think using Google Images is such a bad thing, but to some people, it is. I honestly don't think it's fair to attack someone for using Google Images since so many people use Google to make amazing videos. To me, I don't see how this is a bad thing, but like I said, check the video description box for all the sources that are used in my videos, even the Google Images and other YouTubers' material as well. It's going to be a long list, but if some of you guys want it, you guys got it.
And Matt Spicer. Now, who's Matt Spicer, you might be asking? Well, he's also Fox Goodman.
Oh, this is going to be my personal favorite part about this entire video. Tracing is one thing, and stolen art is another, but we already got that out of the way. But the Illuminati now? Really? Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person.
Did he make an Illuminati joke in 2018? Boy, you really are an old man. Go back to your Doge memes.
Well, the short answer is, I am Fox Goodman and not Matt Spicer. Some people believe me, and I respect that. But some people like to do some CSI stuff, proving that two different people are the same person. So, for all the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists out there who rely on stuff like the spectrogram and comparing frequencies.
Why are you saying spectrogram and frequencies like it's this really far-fetched thing? I think it's pretty valid, bro. It's not some grade A FBI tracking spies.
It's 100% false. What's next? America didn't land on the moon? I honestly love conspiracy theorists because they are so wrong.
It's not a conspiracy theory, it's just a theory, and a pretty darn good one.
And they don't want to admit it, so they need to take their tinfoil hats off for a few seconds, because if they are so confident that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person, well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Since you're so confident, I mean, the spectrogram proved it, right? You have nothing to worry about.
And being a bitch.
So put your money where your mouth is. I am putting out an open challenge to the biggest conspiracy theorist out there.
I'm assuming he's referring to DaftPina, and I don't see how he's the biggest conspiracy theorist out there, but okay.
And he knows who he is. If you're so confident, then accept my challenge. But I know you won't, because that's the kind of person you are. All bark but no bite.
You just got roasted!
Because if I lose this challenge, then I will delete my YouTube channel and never make another YouTube video ever again. So now is your big chance. Do you accept my challenge? If you do accept this challenge, all you gotta do is make a YouTube video responding to this video, where you accept my challenge, and that's where the real fun begins.
It's like he doesn't really clarify what the challenge is, so it just sounds like he's threatening DaftPina with literally nothing.
But what do I get out of all of this? Well guys, I think I found a way on how to go to VidCon next year for free. And you all know how I really want to go to VidCon one day, but now I want to go in style.
What does this have to do with anything?
I want my plane ticket to be first class. I'm talking about a 5-star hotel and a limousine. It's going to be Subway sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the best part is, I finally get to show the odd ones out and Jane Animation's my fan art and get it autographed. So do you accept my challenge?
What's the challenge?
You're so confident that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person. Well, talk is cheap, and now is your big chance. So put your money where your mouth is. And the only way to prove that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are not the same person is with a double face reveal in one video. 2 for the price of 1.
So what is DaftPina supposed to do about that?
GoFundMe comes into play. Let me tell you why I will start a GoFundMe. I love watching Mr. Beast and love when he does these crazy videos.
What does GoFundMe have to do with anything? What does Mr. Beast have to do with anything?
Yeah, get him in.
I want to be like Mr. Beast, but for animations. I want to give away free iPhones,
want to join my free gift card giveaway? Subscribe to my channel, like the video,
you name
and
it,
turn
you got it.
notifications
But
on.
this stuff
And
isn't
finally,
cheap. And
tell
I
me in
want
the
to have
comment section
crazy,
below.
awesome giveaway videos too. This is why I want to raise $100,000 out of this GoFundMe. 50 is going to be for me, Fox Goodman, and the other 50 is going to be for Matt Spicer. I am pretty sure Matt Spicer would agree to something like this. But if you are right, then you can keep every single dollar out of that GoFundMe. You can get paid $100,000 to publicly humiliate me or do what you're best at.
I'm gonna go through your videos one more time, comb through it, make a part 2, and say, Fox Goodman is tracing part 2. What do you think of that? Don't try me.
Just take a seat because, like I said before, you're all bark but no bite.
Okay, you showed the clip where he said that you should prove that you're not the same person. But rather than responding to that or actually trying to prove that you're the same person, somehow you try to segue into raising money to be like Mr. Beast, and then you just tell him to sit down because you're all bark and no bite, which is what you're doing because you're challenging him to literally nothing or something that he is incapable of doing.
Because again, that's the kind of person you really are.
And being a bitch.
You're saying that DaftPina is being a bitch rather than actually proving that you and Matt Spicer aren't the same person. Just do a stream or something. It's not that hard. You just spew out some bullshit and make up like something about Mr. Beast. I don't understand how this corresponds to the subject at all. If anything, you're the
So let's see how confident you are now and put your money where your mouth is. So if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for hearing my side of the story. As you can see, I have no problem making videos in my own art style, but I am a clone channel, and I like being a clone channel. And hey, who knows? I actually might make a few videos in my own art style in the future, because you never know, right? But I am curious though, which Fox Goodman do you like?
Why would anyone like you being a clone? Why we already have the odd ones out. Why do we need another worse quality one? I don't understand.
Me being a clone or using my own art style? What do you guys like? Let me know with a comment down below. And one last thing.
Fox has 2 channels up, only to increase ad revenue, which is dumb.
I forgot to mention, I make these YouTube videos for fun. That's why I play Fortnite for hours, because it's fun. I don't make any money off of YouTube because I'm not even monetized.
Oh, well that's actually
Some
kind of
people
cool.
like to post a YouTube video about me and other animators where they give criticism.
I'm gonna defecate over this YouTuber's channel. I'm telling you to quit drawing because you can't draw. And if I was 22 like her, I think I'd just stop drawing. Since you're not an animator, since you only make drawings, I'd call you an artist. Then again, you're not an artist either, so I'll just call you trash.
I think he's using these clips to prove a point that DaftPina is being malicious, and you could argue that he especially was in his Chili Panda review, but I pretty much agree with basically everything he said.
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard.
Why do you keep showing this
I
clip?
didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
And some people like to post YouTube videos that want to cause controversy, drama, and are completely negative and pretending this is all criticism.
How do you know he wants to cause controversy or drama? He points out some pretty valid things in this video that
At first, I watched it and I was like, whoa, what the frick? That's whack!
but then after that I was like, yeah, that's kind of true actually. So, but he's not, I don't think he's purposely trying to cause controversy and drama. He's just trying to point out some things, and it's obvious that he's not the biggest fan of Jaden animations. But he makes some valid points at least. At least he doesn't just say kill yourself and then the video's over, bye.
I'm gonna talk about YouTuber Jaden Animations. Right off the bat, I really hate her channel name. But Jaden waits a bit. She plans out her face reveal. How can I get more people watch my face reveal when a lot of people won't care? I got it. I'll make a sob story. If Jaden did go through anything she said she went through, then she actually needs help and not being a attention whore, making her problems shine brighter, even though that's not what she wanted in the first place.
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked.
Why do you
hard
keep
by
showing
I
this
didn't
clip?
think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
All my videos are strictly positive and funny.
Funny.
And if I post a video on YouTube and I can make at least one person laugh,
Yeah, at least
then it's
one
all worthwhile.
8-year-old.
Clone or not clone, traced or not traced. That's the whole point of my YouTube channel. My videos are about spreading positivity and helping people laugh.
Why is he acting like he's like YouTube Jesus, like FoozyTubers? It makes everyone smile and
Everyone's day is better. I created your childhood. Bow down to me.
and he only has 8,000. Like, calm down, bro.
And smile a little more. And if that's what you're all about, then welcome to my channel, because everyone is welcomed. So the moral to this story is, I believe people should do what they love to do. And if what you love doing is spreading positivity, helping people laugh and smile more, and not hurting people, then I see nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so you're trying to make this positive message like you're this awesome kid-friendly epic channel trying to spread a good message, but you essentially dodged all of the questions with bull.
Nothing wrong with that. But with all this said, I'm going back to making my funny, random YouTube videos. And I really apologize
so
for
funny
any
and
misunderstandings.
random,
But
so
no one is
wacky and
perfect, right?
quirky,
Everything now is pretty upfront and straightforward with you guys. And if you want to help me put this drama to rest, you can tweet the odd ones out this video, so we can hear what he thinks about all of this. But now you know the whole truth, and that there are two sides to every story. And now you heard my side.
Whatever, squad fam. In conclusion, I think I have just seen the worst response video ever made by Fox Goodman and or Matt Spicer, but I'm not sure how long this video is gonna end up being because the end audio is an hour long, but I'm gonna try to split it up the best I can. Please subscribe. I want attention, and hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below to enter my free gift card giveaway. And bye.